Come on. There we go. Right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back to Forever Talk Wrestling. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with our Money in the Bank predictions for tonight's show. Hopefully, it's going to be very, very interesting show. Of course, I'm joined by good mate King Oles, as usual.
Hello, sorry about the lighting.
Yeah, that's absolutely all right, mate. So, what a night we've got tonight. It's gonna be epic tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe we've got. I think we got 7 matches tonight, including the pre-show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we got some real
I think
interesting
it's 7
ones.
matches, including the pre-show. Let me just have a look here.
There are quite a few unpredictable ones as well, to be
Oh,
honest.
definitely.
I think both Money in the Bank ladder matches are both very unpredictable.
Oh yeah, you can never tell with the Money in the
Yeah.
Bank contract.
We got some real interesting ones there, to be honest with you.
Yep.
But-
Okay. I'm just going to quickly read them out for you guys. Is here because I've got them in front of me. We have got the Raw Tag Team titles. They're on the line tonight as the phenomenal partnership of AJ Styles and Omos. They look to defend their Raw Tag Team titles against the team that has been giving them a bit of grief over these last few weeks. The Viking Raiders. He got the women's Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross from the Monday Night Raw side. And on the Friday Night SmackDown side, we've got the likes of Zelina Vega, Natalya, Tamina, and Liv Morgan. Now, let me just remind you quickly that Carmella, now she was due to be in the ladder match, but unfortunately Liv Morgan replaced her after she battled Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm talking about women's championships. We got the Raw Women's title on the line tonight as Mrs. Brutality Rhea Ripley takes on the 13-time women's champion, the Queen Charlotte Flair, tonight in a rivalry that it just concludes tonight because we've been getting a bit fed up of it as late.
Being a bit boring. I think quite a few people are fed up with it, to be honest.
Definitely that one. Yes, we've got the Money in the Bank contract, the men's one, as from Monday Night Raw, we've got Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, and Drew McIntyre. And from Friday Night SmackDown, we've got Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, or as many people will now call him, King Nakamura.
Yeah.
And of course, the so-proclaimed savior of SmackDown, Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the WWE Championship. Now that's on the line tonight as the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley. He looks to defend his title against the former WWE Champion Kofi Kingston. Kofi looking to become a 2-time WWE Champion, but will the almighty WWE champion retain his title tonight? And
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah, and finally, guys, we've got the Universal Championship on the line as the head of the table, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, looks to defend his Universal Championship against the R-rated WWE Hall of Famer, the R-rated superstar Edge. Now, these two definitely been having a bit of a rivalry over these last few months. So it's going to be interesting tonight. And also on the WWE Money in the Bank kickoff show, we've got the Mysterios defending their SmackDown tag team titles against the Usos.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting show tonight.
Yeah, loads of unpredictable. Yeah, loads of unpredictable ones, to be honest with you. But yeah, what match should we start with?
Okay, the match we will start with, I think, definitely will start with the match that is on the WWE Money in the Bank kickoff show between the Mysterios defending their SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the six-time tag team champions, the Usos. I mean, this match really is just absolutely incredible. I mean, after what the Mysterios did to the Usos 2 weeks back on the Farewell Thunderdome edition of Friday Night SmackDown, I think the Usos will really be looking for some revenge, really.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Obviously, you've got that whole family thing going on between the Mysterios and the Usos. I also don't think that the rivalry between Roman and Ray is fully finished yet as well, though.
No, I don't think that rivalry between Ray and Roman is over yet either. I mean, especially after what Roman Reigns did to Dominic Mysterio a few weeks back. I think this was 2 weeks before the WWE pay-per-view Hell in a Cell. Roman power bombing Dominic right off the ring and into the right outside the ring, powerbombing him right outside the ring, and also the same thing happening to Rey Mysterio as well.
Yeah, we've got a very interesting match between the two tonight. Obviously, I feel like obviously Ray and Dominic's reign is just getting started as well. But obviously the Usos have got Roman Reigns by their corner as well, though. And Roman Reigns has also got them by his corner, so it's going to be a real interesting one tonight between those two.
Yeah, but definitely going to be an interesting match, really.
If I had to pick someone to win it, though, I reckon we're going to get new champs tonight, and the Usos are going to win.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, the Usos are definitely known for winning tag team championship matches in the past. I mean, they've done it against the likes of The Miz and Shane McMahon at the Elimination Chamber in 2019. They also beat the New Day for the Raw, I think, for the Raw tag team titles at Inside Hell in a Cell in October of 2018, or it might have been July of 2018. I'm not exactly sure when Hell in a Cell was in 2018, of course, but the Usos definitely known for winning really big matchups, and I think really the Usos, I think they'll show why they are former 6-time champions.
Yeah, it's that one's gonna be really interesting. I'm surprised it's on the kickoff show as well, to be honest. With that
Yeah,
one.
I think with just the matches we've got tonight, I think we got 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. We got the Raw Women's Championship. We've got the Raw Tag Team titles as well on the line. I think it's just absolutely um, going to be really, really impressive to watch tonight. This match on the kickoff show. Sam Skundrick thinks Ray and Dominic will retain the titles. Definitely, I think they'll definitely put up a big fight, but really, as we said before about the Usos, the reason why they're 6-time champs, I think they'll just show why they are so top class tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting match, to be honest with you. And Ray and Dominic definitely do stand a chance of winning it. But I've got to go with the Usos. It would definitely make that whole, of course, bloodline storyline, of course, with Roman Reigns a lot stronger as well if
Oh
they
yeah.
win tonight.
Yeah, of course. But still, though, I mean, we mustn't rule Ray and Dominic out tonight. I mean, especially after what they managed to accomplish in winning and, of course, defending the SmackDown Tag Team titles when they had to go into that situation of starting the match as a 2-on-1 handicap match, and then it'll either be Rey Mysterio or Dominic coming down to the ring, and they finish this match off as a tag team. So, I mean, could that be possible again tonight? The Usos take out either Rey or Dominic, and they do it as a possible 2-on-1 handicap match again.
Yeah, it could happen, to be honest. But that's definitely a real interesting one to see what would happen between those two teams.
Yeah, definitely
Obviously,
going to be interesting to see what happens in that match. Right. Next one we will talk about is, of course, the Raw Tag Team titles on the line as the phenomenal pairing of AJ Styles and Omos. They defend their Raw Tag Team titles against the tag team that have really been annoying them over the last few weeks. I mean, the Viking Raiders managing to cost AJ Styles his chance at getting into the Money in the Bank ladder match, and also they were making an interference at the Battle Royale as well before Omos came out and took them out. So really, it's going to be really interesting to see how AJ Styles and Omos do against this pairing who have been former NXT, Raw, and SmackDown tag team champions before.
yeah, it's definitely going to be a real interesting on that one. To be honest with you, I think I think it's going to be a really good match, and to be honest with you, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it to happen, of course. But I reckon that what's going to happen is I reckon what's going to happen is that AJ Styles and Omos are going to win, and then they will feud with, and they will then probably go on and feud with Randy Orton and Riddle at SummerSlam, probably.
Yeah, that is a possibility, but also the Viking Raiders, again, you've forgotten that they are former tag team champions in them being SmackDown, Raw, and NXT tag team champions, of course. Also, the one thing you've forgotten that the Viking Raiders, they have their very unique finisher, the Viking experience. They hit that on AJ Styles tonight, or possibly Omos, the one getting pinned tonight. Possibly, could we have new Raw tag team titles? Champions.
It'd be interesting if they win. Obviously, they've got a lot more experience as a tag team than AJ Styles and Omos. But obviously, I think just the size of Omos and how good of a wrestler AJ Styles is would definitely be the big factor tonight. And that's why I'm going with AJ Styles and Omos. I mean, we both know how dominant they are. I don't think they've ever lost as a tag team, even though they haven't really had much tag team matches together. But, obviously they both lost their singles matches on Raw, of course, didn't they? But still, I still reckon AJ Styles and Omos as a team are just unstoppable at the moment. And, if they are to be beaten, I reckon it's RK Bro that will be the team that beats them. But, they're on a real dominant streak at the moment. So I can't really go against them in this match against the Viking Raiders.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah,
but you can't really write the Viking Raiders off, though.
Yeah, definitely interesting. But I think definitely tonight you really can't rule out the Viking Raiders. As you said, they had singles matches against AJ Styles and Omos. I think it was this week on Raw, or it may have been the week before, that they had two singles matches between the Viking Raiders and AJ Styles and Omos, with AJ Styles getting pinned by Ivar and Omos beating Eric. So, yeah, definitely a mixed results there for both the Viking Raiders and AJ Styles and Omos, were both winning one. So really, I suppose you really can't rule anything out between those two.
Well, yeah, of course, Omos won, didn't he? Why did I say he lost? AJ
Styles Omos won his match. And
I got that wrong.
He pinned
I remember
AJ
now. Obviously,
Styles.
Omos didn't lose. Yeah. But yeah,
it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that match goes later tonight. Now, the next one will be the no, actually, I think we'll talk about the Money in the Bank ladder matches towards the end of the show. We'll talk about them towards the end. So the next one we will talk about is the Raw Women's Championship rematch between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Now, of course, Sonya Deville announced this match on the Raw after the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, after Rhea Ripley blatantly got herself disqualified after hitting Charlotte on the announce table, banging her head on the announce table. So, yeah, I think this match tonight, I think this could be the match that finally ends this feud. This feud really, it's just not been a great feud, and I think that tonight, whoever wins this match, if Charlotte Flair, she manages to win the title tonight, or if Rhea Ripley manages to retain the Raw Women's Championship, I think that it will be it for that feud, because it's just gotten so boring now, and just really need to see another women's wrestler really get herself on the scene. Maybe Alexa Bliss, or perhaps Asuka.
Yeah, it's obviously, as you just mentioned, and as we did mention earlier, we're both, of course, and I think everyone is kind of getting a bit fed up with it all. They're just beating each other up with crutches and pretending to have injuries. It's all a bit boring, to be honest with you, and I can't wait for it to end. And it should end tonight. And if it doesn't, I'll be absolutely fuming. But it will do. I reckon what's going to happen here is, of course, Rhea Ripley has to surely retain. I reckon Rhea Ripley will retain her title tonight. And after, I reckon at SummerSlam, we could possibly see Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, hopefully, if we do see a return. I don't think Becky will return tonight. I reckon she could do. I reckon she will do, though, tomorrow night on Raw, possibly, though.
Yeah, I mean, there has been rumors about Becky Lynch, possibly coming back tonight, but I did read somewhere on a website. It's either possibility about her coming back tomorrow night on the Raw after Money in the Bank, or question about possibly she coming back and being a surprise entrant in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, maybe. So definitely there's thing there. But I agree with you. I think it would definitely suit Becky Lynch to come back tomorrow night on Raw. Or really, both Money
Possibly
in the
tonight.
Bank and Raw, they're both going to be in front of fans. So yeah, but the question is, which one will really suit Becky? She comes back tonight, possibly gets herself into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, like what Brock Lesnar did in 2019.
Yeah.
Or come back on Raw and really make a statement. Really.
Yeah.
On
I reckon.
Raw after Money in the Bank.
I reckon she'll come back on Raw, because obviously we got the main roster return of Finn Balor on SmackDown, and surely we're going to get another Irish return in Becky Lynch on Raw. But possibly, as you said, obviously before, of course, Tamina was announced in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, we were going on about the surprise participants. We were all getting hyped up. It could either be Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch. Unfortunately,
Yeah, but
it's not.
I
But
saw
Becky
this
Lynch could add herself
video.
into it. You never know.
Yeah, I saw this video online, guys, on YouTube. If you guys have not gone over to this guy, please do go and check him out. Officially, just saw a video from him. I think it was either yesterday or earlier today. That saw a video on something to do with Sasha Banks. Now, apparently, she heard that if she was going to attack Bianca, she'd be getting rid of her rematch at SummerSlam. So that's possibly a hint for SummerSlam, and us possibly getting a WrestleMania rematch between the boss, Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair. But also, apparently, the WWE, we heard that apparently she was booked to lose to Bianca at SummerSlam, and Sasha, apparently she did not like that at all, and she stormed out the building. But guys, also, if you do want to keep track on all the wrestling news, please do go and check out this really good guy on YouTube, Wrestling News Now. Please do go and check him out. Very, very good content on WWE news, and also go check out WrestleMania as well. Two very good sites if you want the best WWE latest news.
Yeah. Anyway, wait, what should we do next?
But hang on, mate. Hang on. Can I just quickly say one last thing on the Rhea versus Charlotte Flair match? I completely agree with what you said. This feud really needs to come to an end once and for all. I think Rhea tonight, she'll just show that she's still more superior than Charlotte Flair, and I think she'll definitely retain tonight, and then possibly she take on Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship. I mean, Becky Lynch, she's so much better than Charlotte Flair. I mean, we've seen in her feuds before with certain wrestlers such as Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans, Sasha Banks, Natalia. We've seen in her feuds before. They have all been fantastic feuds for Becky Lynch, and I definitely think that Rhea versus a Becky possible feud before SummerSlam, I think that would just be the best for the women's division on Raw. I really do.
Yeah, so we're both going for the same prediction on that.
Yeah, both going for Rhea to retain tonight, guys. Okay, next match, of course, is the WWE Championship match between the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley and one half of the New Day and the former WWE Champion Kofi Kingston. Now, remember what Lashley and MVP have done to the New Day. I mean, what Lashley and MVP did to Xavier Woods in Hell in a Cell. I mean, after the match finished, MVP relocking the door and attacking Xavier Woods on the inside with Kofi on the outside, completely and utterly helpless in seeing his other tag team partner get absolutely destroyed by Bobby Lashley and MVP. So I think tonight that Kofi, I think he will definitely give Bobby one hell of a match. I mean, we've seen Kofi do it before and win the WWE Championship. I mean, he managed to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 35 against the new Daniel Bryan in 2019. So the question is now, I mean, for Kofi, can he do it again and get revenge for Xavier Woods tonight on Bobby Lashley and win the WWE Championship, or will MVP yet again help out Lashley as he retains the WWE Championship yet again?
Yeah, obviously, this is definitely going to be a brilliant match tonight. Kofi Kingston's definitely going to put on a great battle, and again, you can't ever really write Kofi Kingston off, of course, but obviously, as we saw on Raw earlier on in the week, we've seen a lot more motivated Bobby Lashley now, as we did see at the end of the show. So that's going to be a very interesting one tonight. But obviously, Kofi Kingston's a brilliant wrestler. Of course, Bobby Lashley is absolutely fantastic as well, and is a really dominant champion. I expect that dominancy from him to continue tonight, and I expect him to lock in the Hurt Lock, and the Hurt Lock will put Kofi Kingston to sleep tonight, and Bobby Lashley will retain.
Yeah, I mean, with Kofi, if you look at Kofi and his way of championships and titles, I mean, he's won the Intercontinental Championship, he's won the United States Championship, he's won both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles on multiple occasions, and he's also won the WWE Championship, as I said before, defeating Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35. So I think Kofi, as you said, I think he will put on a terrific performance tonight against the the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley. But I think Bobby will have too much in the tank for Kofi, and I think but Bobby Lashley, you'll either finish it with an almighty spear, or he'll put Kofi in the hurt lock, and he'll go to sleep. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the way I can see that match ending. I think I can just see just one thing happening tonight in that match, and that's Lashley retaining the WWE Championship yet again.
yeah. Shall we do the women's Money in the Bank ladder match?
Yeah.
We'll do
Yeah,
that
we'll
one.
do that now, guys. Okay, we're moving on to the Money in the Bank ladder match, starting with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, of course, we've got on behalf of Monday Night Raw, we've got Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross, aka Nikki Ash. Uh, on the Friday Night SmackDown side of things, we've got the women's tag team champions Natalya and Tamina. We've also got the returning Zelina Vega, and we've also got Liv Morgan, who will be taking the place of Carmella, who was supposed to be in this Money in the Bank ladder match, but she fought Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship on the Come Home edition for the WWE Universe at on Friday Night SmackDown this past Friday.
Yeah, but yeah, this women's Money in the Bank ladder match is going to be very interesting. You've got a few names in there who, like my top three, who I reckon stand a chance are, first of all, Liv Morgan, and then probably I think Nikki Ash stands a bit of a chance. She's doing quite well at the moment, and possibly Asuka as well, who is of course last year's winner.
I think when Nikki Cross really, just one thing here. I think when Nikki Cross, I think definitely she could also stand a chance of winning it. I mean, she's had a big push on Raw these last
Yeah.
few weeks. She's had the likes of Shayna Baszler. She's beaten her multiple times. Also, she's beaten. She managed to pin Asuka on Raw this past Monday. Managed to do that, and also she managed to beat the 13-time Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair in two beat the clock challenges, and also in an actual match, and also managed to beat the Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley in a beat the clock challenge also. So I think definitely Nikki Cross perhaps might have a chance of winning it, maybe.
Yeah, she definitely does. Obviously, she's almost a superhero in her words, with this new gimmick of hers, which is interesting as well, though. But yeah, she definitely does stand a chance. She's being, as you said, pushed a lot on Raw, but like moving on to the SmackDown side, you've got Liv Morgan, who's having a massive push on there as well, though. So so that's an interesting one, to be honest with you. I feel like those two are definitely real standout ones. It'll be good to see one of the women who are getting a push managing to get the briefcase tonight, which would of course be very interesting. But if I had to pick, and I could actually see one of them with the briefcase, I reckon one of those two are going to win. But I'm going with Liv Morgan to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match tonight, though.
Yeah, interesting choice there in Liv Morgan. I have to agree. Liv Morgan again. She's been very, very impressive over these last few weeks. I mean, she managed to beat Carmella in a match back to back, and she also managed a few weeks ago to pin Zelina Vega as well. So definitely Liv Morgan. She's been very, very impressive. But over on the Raw side of things, I mean, we definitely could see possibly Alexa Bliss, who is a former Money in the Bank contract ladder match winner. Possibly, could she do it again, or could we see possibly her former best friend Nikki Cross, almost a superhero, really, or Naomi climb the ladder and win it? Because Alexa Bliss and Asuka, they're both former Money in the Bank contract ladder winners, contract ladder match winners. I mean, Asuka won it last year for the Raw Women's Championship, and again, Alexa Bliss, she won it in 2018 and cashed it in on Nia Jax to win the Raw Women's Championship. So I think definitely it's possible, but I think definitely I would actually like to see Nikki Cross win it from on the Raw side of things. I mean, she's been so impressive on Raw these last few weeks. I mean, over this last month, she's been absolutely incredible, and I would really like to see Nikki Cross become Miss Money in the Bank.
Yeah, so you've got Nikki Cross and I've got Liv Morgan with that one then.
Yeah, you know, similarity in that. We've both actually gone for women who are getting a bit of a push here. I mean, I've gone for Nikki Cross on the Raw side of things. You've gone for Liv Morgan on the SmackDown side of things. Both women who have been getting quite a big push from the Raw and SmackDown riders over these last few weeks.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'll be happy with either of them winning, to be honest. I want it to be one of those two, and I reckon one of those two. But yeah, that'd be interesting.
Definitely.
But,
okay,
yeah.
of course, the final one to...
Oh, we got two more, actually.
Hang on a minute. Do you know what match we've actually forgotten to talk about?
Yeah, we've got Roman Reigns versus Edge. Roman Reigns versus Edge, yeah.
Yes, we forgot about that one. So, shall we discuss that?
Yeah, I mean, first...
Okay, let's discuss that. Now, I mean, this match is literally... It's been building up ever since Edge arrived on SmackDown a few weeks ago after coming back from an injury he picked up at WrestleMania when Roman Reigns retained the Universal Championship by pinning Edge and Daniel Bryan both at the same time. So I think definitely this match is going to be so interesting. I mean, last few weeks we've seen Edge put a steel chair leg into the mouth of Roman Reigns. He also did that at SummerSlam. He also did that at WrestleMania to Jimmy Uso and also to Jey Uso as well. So definitely there's definitely something to say that Edge could possibly use that chair leg to force Roman Reigns to tap out, or there is actually a similarity. There is actually something to this. Possibly Seth Rollins coming out and costing Edge the chance to win the Universal Championship, because Seth Rollins he believes that Edge has just simply skipped by on his way to winning the Universal Championship, because Seth Rollins actually believed that he was the next one for a shot at the Universal Championship. So, I mean, tonight, could we possibly see, if Seth Rollins does come out here and cost Edge the match, could we possibly see a feud between Seth Rollins and Edge leading up towards SummerSlam, and those two having a match there?
Yeah, obviously, I believe that that the feud between, of course, Edge and Roman Reigns, that is continuing from all the way back in February, isn't it? And
Yeah,
then, of
it has
course, Edge
been
had that time off.
ever since
Um,
uh, Edge picked Roman for that match at WrestleMania 37. Then Daniel Bryan came in and made it a triple threat and everything. So, yeah, this feud's been going on ever since. He's been going on ever since, I think, just on the SmackDown since the Royal Rumble, to be honest.
yeah, it has. It has. So that's going to be a very interesting one to see what happens between those two tonight. And obviously, I feel like I feel like this is going to be interesting, because obviously you've got Seth Rollins, who could play a big part in this helping Roman Reigns, and then you've got possibly the rumors about John Cena, of course, haven't you, in the background, about trying to help Edge or just attacking Roman after the match. But it'll be very interesting to see what goes down in this, because there's a lot of speculation around, with lots of
Yeah.
different rumors around
Yeah,
this
there's
one, to be
definitely been
honest.
speculation about John Cena coming back, having a match with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. But also, another thing you've got to consider is could it possibly be a triple threat? Because we know that Edge and Roman Reigns, I think that feud will probably go on to SummerSlam. I mean, definitely that feud will go on. And also, I think with John Cena possibly coming back, he'll want that Universal Championship shot against Roman Reigns and
It'll be a
Will
17-time
Edge.
champ. Well,
Also, Will Edge. So, I mean, could it possibly transfigure into a triple threat match for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam on August 21st?
yeah, and of course, if John Cena does return tonight, then you would have, and then if
We'd
John
have a
Cena
nine
takes,
match money. We'd have a 9-man Money in the Bank ladder match.
yeah, or if he just attacks Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, if John Cena ends up beating Roman Reigns, he will of course be a 17-time world champion as well,
Oh
which would be,
yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah,
he would
and
take over.
also
He
if
would take
John
over
Cena
Ric
wins
Flair in the
it,
record.
that means Ric Flair's year after year, like yearly long record. I think the longest record in WWE will finally be broken. I mean,
Yeah, it
we
will be at some
all
point, definitely,
thought
surely.
that this match, we all thought that John Cena would never break it, but could it be a possibility? Maybe we'll have to
Yeah,
wait and see on that front. But I think tonight, as far as tonight's concerned, between Roman Reigns and Edge, I think definitely it could be Roman Reigns retaining over Edge, with the Usos possibly running in a bit of interference in that match, maybe, and Roman Reigns walking out of Money in the Bank as still Universal Champion.
yeah. I've got an interesting one for this one, actually, because for this, wait, what? I reckon that, of course, we've got. Of course, I reckon that. I reckon that I reckon Roman Reigns is gonna end up retaining. But I believe what's going to happen is the Usos are going to try and come out and beat up Edge. Edge does that thing with the edge of the chair, and then shoves it in both their mouths, and then puts them to sleep. And then Seth Rollins comes out, makes a distraction for Edge. Edge gets distracted. Roman Reigns retains. Then Roman Reigns goes off celebrating. And then we see Seth Rollins trying to beat up Edge. And then just like 2014, we do end up seeing John Cena come out where first of all he would take out Roman Reigns because him and Seth might do a bit of work on Edge trying to both beat him up. And then he takes Roman Reigns out, and then he protects Edge from a beatdown from Seth Rollins, and then that's when. And then after that, he challenges Roman Reigns for the title.
Also, with that, what we saw. If that does happen tonight, as you say, could that possibly transfigure into a tag team match the following night on Raw with the Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins taking on the R-rated superstar Edge and John Cena?
Oh yeah, that could happen actually.
Yeah, definitely could happen like that on Raw the following night.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
The Raw after Money in the Bank, there'll always be a few surprises, and especially with it being the first Raw back with fans, I think definitely could be a really interesting show tomorrow night and also tonight for Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like.
Okay, the final one we are going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen, before we do sign off, is the men's Money in the Bank contract ladder match. From Monday Night Raw, we've got Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, and Drew McIntyre. On the SmackDown side of things, we've got Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. This match tonight really is going to be really interesting. I think tonight really going to be so interesting. This Money in the Bank contract ladder match, I think we could see like either a first time winner or perhaps a first time winner. We've got Seth Rollins in there who's already won it. Drew McIntyre, he came very close to winning it back in 2010 before Kane came in and chokeslammed him into the mat, and he claimed the Money in the Bank contract and cashed it in on Rey Mysterio. So, at the minute, I think we could definitely say that Ricochet, Nakamura, and John Morrison are not realistic enough to be Money in the Bank contract winners. I think definitely Seth Rollins, we've already seen him won it before, so I think we could rule him out. I think pretty much that will leave Riddle, McIntyre, Big E, and Owens. Of that group, Owens, he feels the least likely option.
Yeah.
A McIntyre win would be a huge disappointment because he needs to be out of the title picture for a considerable amount of time to freshen up. But
yeah, fair enough.
Still remains a possibility that he takes home the briefcase. Riddle's program with Orton, that should keep him busy enough without needing the briefcase. Though a program of Orton mentoring Riddle on the right way to handle being Mr. Money in the Bank would be an interesting idea. But that leaves Big E as the most interesting and probable winner. I mean, there
Yeah.
have been rumors about Big E reuniting with the New Day on Raw, and what better way to do it than cashing in on Bobby Lashley and becoming the new WWE champion.
Yeah, that is. You know, look, we've got some really interesting ones tonight, in my opinion. I mean, as you said, I think, we can definitely rule out Ricochet. We can definitely rule out John Morrison, but I do feel like we will see a. I think we'll see a lot of good spots from them in the match. Same as Kevin Owens, of course. But yeah, it's really interesting tonight. Obviously, you've got Seth Rollins as well. Who's already a winner, and as you said, could possibly be a two-time, but it looks like we're ruling him out as well.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is a real interesting one, as I did mention, and then we've also got, of course, Drew McIntyre. I mean, as you said, it could be a bit of a disappointment if he does win, because we're trying to keep him out of the title picture as much as we possibly can. But it would also be an interesting one if he does win, though, to see what would, of course, happen. But I am also going to rule him out.
But also one other thing. If McIntyre did win it, would that mean the feud with Lashley's back on? Because I mean, as far as I see, Lashley said that if McIntyre lost at Hell in a Cell, which he did, he would not get any more WWE Championship opportunities whilst he's champion. And
Go to SmackDown then.
I think if McIntyre wins the briefcase, I think that would be McIntyre's chance, and for WWE to go around that stipulation set by Lashley for McIntyre to have another championship opportunity against the almighty WWE champion.
Yeah, that's a real interesting one if he wins. If I'm completely honest with you, that's a real interesting one if Drew McIntyre gets the win. But yeah, also I'm ruling out King Nakamura as well. But I feel like the final two, I mean, as you mentioned, that would be the most interesting of them all. Is of course how would Riddle deal with the briefcase if he wins, and he definitely stands a chance in my opinion. And a Big E is a very interesting one as well.
You've got to consider Riddle's bad foot as well.
Oh yeah,
that's
of course.
One thing you've got to consider with Riddle's bad foot. I mean, what AJ Styles did to Riddle with his foot. I mean, Riddle trying to go for that kick on Raw in the last chance Money in the Bank qualifying match. I mean, Riddle tried to get for a kick on Styles, but ended up kicking the steel steps instead. So yeah, you've got to consider how Riddle's foot really will be heading into tonight's match.
Yeah, but also though, could of course Randy Orton be a factor in this and trying to help Riddle possibly win the briefcase in this? Obviously he's been gone for a bit, don't know where he is, but could this be a slight return for Randy Orton to come out and help Riddle win it? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that will be interesting. Definitely.
But yeah, I think,
interesting to see.
in my opinion, the top two of who could win, Riddle and Big E.
Okay, I think my top two definitely has to be. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just gonna say it. I mean,
Drew, aren't you?
What else? What else, guys? You know I'm gonna go for Drew in my top two, but I think the other person in my top two, to be honest, I think is Big E. I mean, he's been very, very impressive over this year and towards the end of last year. Very, very impressive indeed. So I think definitely my top two is going to be Drew McIntyre and Big E Langston.
Okay, right. So my final prediction for it, my proper prediction for it though, is that Big E gets the win and will become Mr. Money in the Bank. So I'm going with Big E.
But for me, ladies and gentlemen, I know you all don't think it's going to happen, but I do. I think Mr. Money in the Bank this year, 2021, Drew McIntyre.
Okay, interesting one there. To be honest, we got some real interesting ones.
Yeah,
But
I think it's definitely been a real interesting predictions stream. We've had a
yeah,
lot of, I definitely had some really interesting opinions on what could happen tonight. Also, guys, what do you think is going to happen tonight? Do you think we could see any returns
yeah, we will
tonight?
definitely see a few returns, I reckon.
Tonight, could we see any returns? Could the man possibly make an appearance? Could John Cena return? Let us know down in the comments below. And also like the stream and subscribe to Forever Talk Wrestling. And make sure you switch on that. You press the switch on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos or live streams on the channel, including our Money in the Bank watch along. That's going to come up later tonight. I might start it a bit early, considering it being the match between the Usos and the Mysterios for the SmackDown Tag Team Champ titles. So, yeah, I'm really not sure yet. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Me and King Ols will see you on possibly 22, maybe quarter to 1, maybe. We'll just figure out our start times for then, won't we, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll see you on the Money in the Bank watch along. It's going to be a good one. The first WWE pay-per-view back with fans. And blimey, we hope it's going to be a good one. Thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you on the watch along at either 22 or quarter to 1.